Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. How's everyone doing today? How's the anniversary treating all of you? And I'm gonna say this now, but if you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, questions, please put them in the comment section down below so that I don't forget later on in the video. So we have EZA details for the Carnival Dragon Ball Z Kai, Goku and Friends, the Kid Gohan, the Carnival Int LR Kid Gohan, with the unit super attack, and we have the Super Easy A for Super Saiyan Trunks team. Now, I'm gonna do the Trunks first, the Goku second, and then the Gohan third, because there is more details going in that order. As usual, I'm going to try to have the pre-State of Awakening EZA'S or otherwise information on the left, obscuring my profile picture there. So, going into this, I just want to say many people are disappointed, a lot of people are okay, a lot of people are happy with some, a lot of people are unhappy with some. Let's go and look in the details. I did not look at any of them yet, but let's go ahead and check it out. Now, remember, Dokkan Battle does test their units, so it's possible that none of these are bad in any way, shape, or imagination. So let's go ahead and look at the details. So, first and foremost, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Both the 12 key and the 18 key raise defense by 30% for 6 turns. Okay? Now, once we got that out of the way, his previous EZA, his regular EZA, just had some stats and some conditions, parts of the passive, and no additionals in there. So, let's see what they do now. So, previously, basic effect was 150% attack and 100% defense and a 50% chance of performing crits. Now we have 250% to attack and defense and 3 key, a 70% chance of performing a critical hit, 20% damage reduction, and 40% attack and defense to all superclass allies. Extreme class enemies lose 30% attack and defense. Vegeta's family category allies gain an additional 2 key and 30% attack and defense for 3 turns. So he doesn't have to be on the turn of that rotation for this to be effective. And this means you can float him no matter what, that boost will still be there. Alright. For 1 turn from the character's entry turn, he gains an additional 40% damage reduction. So, giving you time to start stacking that defense with the super attacks. Very nice. When attacking with 18 or more key, 200% attack and defense, launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. And when there is an extreme class enemy, or when all allies attacking in the same turn are super class characters, 3 key, 200% attack, changes int key spheres to rainbow key spheres, and has guaranteed guard. That was just 3 key and 50% attack. Another 150% attack there. Very nice. When there is a Wicked Bloodline or Terrifying Conquerors category enemy, that is an addition. The Terrifying Conquerors is an addition. Key plus 5 and 150% attack and a guaranteed crit. So the crit was there beforehand, the 5 key was there beforehand, and the 150% attack is new. So, whilst before this Trunks had 0 offensive capability, they seem to be focusing on giving a lot of attack on this Trunks. I am going to say this very simply. What I was saying for the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Diamond Vegeta, he needs to get 3 or 4 additional super attacks to become a viable unit. Because 20% damage reduction just doesn't cut it. Not in today's meta, not in the way things go. That's hardly anything. Now, the 70% defense in support. Very nice to Vegeta family category characters. Very nice indeed. An extra 40% damage reduction on the first turn. Very nice. But 450% defense is not a lot. I'm sorry. It's just not good enough. Not even close. My apologies. Just not worth it. Alright, on to the Goku. Turtle School category gains one more additional key to the leader skill. There we go. And I mentioned this before. I was really hoping for some more stats. They are EZA'S. I was really hoping for some more stats on the leader skill, but they already showed us Carnival LRs are just going to get an additional key. That's it. I don't know what they're going to do further down the line for EZA's, for units that have 4 key already in the leader skill. I don't know. Maybe those will get a stat boost. We don't have a precedent for that yet. So I want to do the super attacks first, because that's at the top of the screen. So the 12 key becomes a 50% attack and defense for 1 turn, and then recovers 10 HP. It used to be 30% and didn't recover HP, so that is great there. And the 18 key, the used to be, it was a 30% defense stacking raise. Now it's a 50% defense stacking raise, and greatly raises attack for 4 turns, and that was a regular 30% attack boost for 1 turn originally. Now, let's go on to the passive. So, automatic entrance animation. Now we have one time only, key plus 4, 159% attack and defense, and guard for 7 turns, as well as a 20% chance of performing a critical hit. Critical hit is new, the guard is increased by a turn, and the attack and defense is increased by 100%. So that's now 159 over when it used to be 59%. Now, totally different and additional here, 20% damage reduction for 1 turn. Interesting. The basic effects, key plus 4, that was there beforehand. Attack and defense 259%. That's an additional 100% of what it used to be. At a 159%, and now he's got an additional super attack guaranteed. When attacking, he gains 100% attack, and that's entirely new. Then we have, when receiving an attack, 259% defense, when HP is 59% or more. Gains 80% chance to dodge when HP is 59% or less, and is a guaranteed KO survival up to once within a turn. Those 2 lines in the beginning are new. The KO survival was there to begin with. Then we have when receiving a Ki Blast super attack, great chance of nullifying and encountering with tremendous power. That is up from 50%, so now it becomes a 70% chance. For every attack received or evaded, Ki plus 2 up to 6. Chance of performing a critical hit, 20% up to 59%. 100% attack up to 300%. And 100% defense up to 200%. So that is up from 1 key up to 5. 9% critical hit chance up to 59. So that would now is 3 times instead of, 6 or 7 times, something like that. The 5 or more attacks is now 2 attacks, up from 59% to 200%, and that is at 100% increase. And then, instead of receiving 9 or more attacks, gains 100% attack up to 300%, that was 120%. And if HP is 40% or less at the end of the turn, once only, fully recovers HP, and at every other time, recovers 59% HP. Which is absolutely insane. That was a once only, and now that is every time. I sincerely hope that's not a mistake, because that salvages this character tremendously. So you have 0% damage reduction after the first turn, And I would really have hoped that they added in the chance to perform your critical hit a damage reduction clause. That would make this unit absolutely insane. And I mean absolutely insane. For me, though, my problem is that for 7 turns, he's got that 159% attack and defense. That could have been permanent and would not have ruined the unit at all. It would not have made this unit so much more viable or any of that. What I don't like is that it now comes down to when HP is 59% or more or less, where you have the 80% chance to dodge. You do have the survive KO attacks, so that's good. That is good. I don't know how effective that is going to be, honestly. That is the Goku. Let me know your thoughts as well. Now, on to the Gohan. Alright, Gohan is, again, one more key to the leader skill. Yeah, let's do the super attacks first. So, the 12 key now is a greatly raises instead of a 30%, it's now a 50%. The 18 key was a 20% attack and defense raise, now is a greatly raising attack and raises defense, so it's a 50% and 30% now. And causes mega colossal damage to the enemy and raises superclass allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. That is huge. Absolutely huge. Now, here is where it changes everything, right? So there's a bunch here that has to do with the 18 key supers. What's it called? The unit super attacks. So the unit super attack is the same before EZA, and it looks like it's the same after the EZA. So whilst previously it was a 50% stack to attack and a 30% stack to defense and mega colossal damage to the enemy, now becomes a, well, it's actually the same, but it raises all superclass allies by attack by 30% for 2 turns and also greatly lowers attack, and that is additional to that. That is what is changing here. I don't like that the unit super attack doesn't have a 50% defense raise. I feel like they are just not paying attention to it for some reason. Because remember, EZA'S are what we have, the only thing that we have that will boost super attacks and leader skills. So I was genuinely hoping that that would be a little bit better, honestly. Not that I have much say in the matter, but that's what I was hoping. So, going into the passive, a lot has changed, but then again, a lot of it's the same. Key plus 4, 158% attack and defense, and 20% damage reduction, and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack for 7 turns. This might be that the damage reduction is 20% for 7 turns. This might be that everything is for 7 turns. I sincerely hope that the key plus 4 and 158% attack and defense is not for 7 turns, and that would change my perspective on the Goku as well. He also has guard for 1 turn. Then we have 4 key, 258% attack and defense. That is up by 100% attack and defense. Guaranteed additional super attack is new. Superclass allies gain 3 key is new. Interesting. I wonder. Do let me know if you know that this is something that's permanent. If once there's a comma, or a period, a comma, if that's a permanent and the rest of it is only turn restricted. Let me know if you know about that. So, when attacking, attack and chance of performing a critical hit additionally of 58%. That is when HP is 58% or more. And launches an additional super attack when HP is 58% or less. Okay, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know the point of that part. 58% attack and chance of performing a critical hit. I just don't know. That additional super attack is okay, but it's not a It's not a monumental 12k at this point. It's just damage. When receiving an attack from an enemy who is hit by the character's Ultra Super Attack or Unit Super Attack, damage reduction rate of 50%. That is up from 30%. And then for every attack received or evaded, that's changed from the just received. Keep +2 up from 1, now goes up to 6 instead of up to 5. Chance of evading enemies attack 20% up to 58%. That is new. 100% attack up to 200%, and 100% defense up to 300%. So that was 8% defense up to 58%, and after 5 or more attacks, 58% attack, and after receiving 8 or more attacks, launches an additional super attack. Instead, that is just when HP is 58% or less. I do not feel like they performed well with this EZA, unfortunately. Just take it with a grain of salt. I just don't feel like this EZA is as good as it should be. Honestly. Really, it's not. Unfortunately. Yes, there's dodge. Many units disable dodge. I just don't know what the purpose are of these EZAs at this point. Unfortunately. I feel like they fumbled tremendously. Like, they were trying so much to keep it similar that they failed to produce on what their abilities should be. Then again, I am not someone who works at Bandai HQ, so I have no clue what they were thinking about this. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on these EZAs? Let me know. Thank you all so much for coming to watch the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you are new here, if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you all in the next video. Goshin, signing off.